Good evening everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Mawahib. So in today's video I'm actually super excited to be testing out the Supplies for Candles hot throw. I actually did something similar for Cozy Owls hot throw. If you haven't seen that video, I'll pop it in the description down below, and this time around I am going to be doing it for Supplies for Candles. Adding on to that, I thought it's a perfect opportunity for me to show you how I burn test my candles using a burn test sheet. I actually got a question like that on my previous video, I think on my video before that, I'm not sure when, on how I burn test my candles. So I just thought I'd show you guys in this video. I think it's a perfect opportunity while I'm actually rating the hot throw in today's video. Let me explain how this video is going to run. I am going to test burn my candles for 4 hours. What's going to happen is I am going to come back to you guys every hour to go over my candle to see the results. So this is the burn test sheet that I'm going to be using in today's video, and I made 2 candles using the S16 wax with obviously Supplies for Candles fragrance oil, which is cedar wood and jasmine. I'm going to show you guys the candles up front right now. To start off, I write the wick and when I actually poured my candle, and this is the results of it. It pulled away a little bit. It was doing so well actually, but it started pulling away not long ago. This is my second candle, and it actually has beautiful gloss adhesion. Same wax, just different pour temperature. I poured it at 55 degrees and this is the wick that I'm using. I am going to show you the burn test sheet up close, don't worry about that. After I get the candles lit on the first hour burn, I'm going to come back, show you guys the candle, talk about it a little bit, have a discussion about it in the comment section down below, no problem. Give me you guys' opinion if I should wick down or wick up. So I think that makes sense, so I don't overwhelm you with so much information. It's better for me to first show you the candle results and how it's doing, and then I'll show you what I've written on my burn test sheet. And please feel free to use the same layout that I use. If you guys want to do the same sheet, go ahead and do that. I printed it out on paper just because it's easier for me to show you than on my laptop. If you guys want to save paper, then obviously do it on your laptop, iPad, on your phone, anything digital, if you guys prefer not to waste paper in printing things out. So before I light the candles, let me rate the cold throw. Okay, the cold throw for the candle that I poured at 45 degrees it's a good 8, and it smells really nice. Let me rate the one that I poured at 55 degrees. Oh guys, there's a difference in the cold throw. Okay, the cold throw for this one, I would say about is 6.57. Even though the pour temperature for Deluxe Soy S16 is between 45 to 55 degrees, I think my wax was too hot for me to pour at 55 degrees, that I burnt off a bit of my fragrance. It's not like you can't smell it, you definitely can. I would actually stick to 6.5 cold throw for the one that I poured at 55 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and unturn my first candle that I poured at 45 degrees. So right now is 5:35, so I'm gonna turn it on right now. Amazing. And right now I'm going to go over to my parents' bedroom and light this candle up, and then I'll come back to you guys. I actually cut the wick a bit too short for this one. It's okay, but I just cut it too short. Look at that. Yeah, the one that I just burned is a little bit, it's a good height, but this one is a little bit short. Let me show you what I've written on my burn test sheet so far. Okay guys, so here's the date that I poured my candles. This is the wax that I've used. This is when I heated up my wax to. This is the fragrance load, how long I've mixed for, and when I poured it at. This is the candle container that I'm using, and this is the wick size that I'm using. And I also answered all these questions, as you guys can see. This is the date burn, which is today, and the time, and then I just needed to make sure that the wick was 5 millimeters or 1/4 inch long. And over here would be the first hour burns, and the same thing goes for the second candle. I poured it at 45 degrees and it did have the candle pulling away. Another word for candle pulling away is wet spots, but I just prefer to say candle pull away. And again, the same day, same time. I am going to leave the bedroom, and then I'm going to come back in with a fresh nose on the first hour burn, which is at 6:35. So I am not going to leave the candles unattended. I am sitting upstairs. I am going to be checking in on them. I'll see you back here in 1 hour. Alright lovelies, I am back. It's about 6:30 right now, so we have 5 minutes until I show you the candle. I just want to tell you guys, as soon as I walked in to rate the Supplies for Candles hot throw, as soon as I walked in on the first, almost the first hour burn, I would say the hot throw is, I'm gonna be completely honest, it's about a 4. I can barely smell the fragrance oil. For the second candle, I'm gonna go ahead and take it into my parents' bedroom, show you the candle and rate the hot throw for for it as well. Here's the candle that I poured at 55 degrees, which is in my parents' bedroom. And as soon as I walked in as well, the hot throw of it is a 4. It's not as strong either, so I have the same results as the one that's in my bedroom. Let's just talk a little bit about the candle. So the flame is looking good. It's not flickering too much, but it is dancing to the side. And this is the TCR 3318. I don't expect to have a full melt pool just yet, so I'm happy about that. Alright, so this is the TCR 3320 poured at 45 degrees. And again, I don't expect to have a full melt pool in the first hour, or else then the wick is way too big. But as you guys can see here, that my flame is flickering way too much. And if you look closely, it's starting to mushroom. Right now, my candle is giving me a sign that the wick is too big because of the flickering that just went on and because it's mushrooming. Even though I don't have a full melt pool just yet, it may be too big, but we'll come back again on the second hour burn and see how that looks like. So this is my burn test sheet for my first hour burn. So I put the time, and right now I don't have a 1/2 inch melt pool because it's obviously too early to tell, so I left that blank. The flame height is actually pretty good, and by the way, this is the one that's in my parents' bedroom, yeah. And the tunneling, I don't see that it's gonna tunnel. It's even, I can't judge that just yet. I don't have a full melt pool just yet. It's mushrooming, no. And the flickering, no. I actually do have a steady flame, and the hot throw is a 4. So this is the hot throw for the Supplies for Candles cedarwood and jasmine fragrance oil. And as you guys can see here, I've on my notes that I have a cold throw of 6.5 to a 7. I put that I have a 3 inches in diameter for my 30 centiliter candle container, and I said here that I did cut the wick too short. The one in my bedroom, again, same time. I don't have a melt pool just yet. It's too early to tell. I'm actually pretty happy with the flame height. It's not tunneling just yet. I can't tell if it's even or not. There's no soot. There is mushrooming. It was flickering pretty much, as you guys can see in the last clip. And the hot throw is a 4 as well, and I again put a cold throw of an 8, and then I do have a 3 inch in diameter. And obviously the same thing will go on for the second hour burn, and then the third hour burn, and the 4 hour burn, obviously. So this is essentially how I do it. I look at my candle, I study it, I see what it's doing, I see the flame, the melt pool, if it's reached the edge. The reason why you saw I put on my notes that my candle container is 3 inch in diameter is because this is how I judge how long my candle is gonna take for a full melt pool. If I have a 3 inch in diameter, I would expect my candle to reach a full melt pool between 2 hours and 45 or 3 hours, between that range. I don't expect it to go any earlier. If I reach a melt pool before it reached 2 hours and 45 or 3 hours, that means my wicks are too large. And if it didn't reach by 3 hours, that means that my wick is too small and there's a chance of my candle tunneling. I think that is everything that I want to go through with you guys. I didn't mention about the diameter at the start, so at least that's out of my way. Another thing is, just because I said the hot throw of the cedarwood and jasmine is a 4 on the first hour burn, that does not mean that you will get the same results. So the second hour burn, the third hour burn, the 4 hour burn, you might get a stronger hot throw. Personally, for me, I would love a hot throw from the first hour and a half, but also don't make a decision. The Supplies for Candles fragrance oil are bad of a hot throw based on this video. Please buy and do your own testing. Every candle maker's testing is different. My results are going to be different than yours. This is just a really fun video to make with you guys, for you to see how I test my candles, and it's just a good opportunity for me to show you how I also use my burn test sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and read my book in the other bedroom. So I'll see you guys at burn hour number 2. I am back to report for hour number 2. So as soon as I came into my bedroom, the hot throw was actually pretty strong than the first hour burn. So I would rate the hot throw right now for Supplies for Candles cedarwood and jasmine fragrance oil a good 7. I'm really happy that the fragrance oil has actually escalated from a 4 to 7. It's actually pretty good. I think the wick and the candle and the fragrance had time to heat up and kind of start releasing all the beautiful fragrance into the air. I want to show you guys my candle up front right now, and then we'll go ahead and move into my parents' bedroom so I can show you the candle as well. But first, let's start off with the one that's inside the bedroom. As you guys can see, the flame is flickering way too much. Look at that. Look at that mushrooming. That mushrooming is, yeah, that mushrooming is way too big. I'm not happy with the mushrooming. And do you remember when I told you before before about the diameter of my 30 centiliter candle container is 3 inches, and I would love the full melt pour to reach at the edge of the glass at 2 hours and 45 minutes or 3 hours. Clearly it's gonna reach way before then, because I literally have this part, just this much wax left over to melt, and it will literally like probably burn off in a little bit. So I definitely think the wick is too big. Let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. I definitely need to wick down for that one. So the next wick down that I have, a 3318, which is the one in my mom's bedroom and my dad's bedroom. So I'm gonna go and check it out right now. The hot throw is actually the same as the one in my bedroom. It's definitely a 7. As you guys can see, the wick, which is 3318, is obviously big as well. As you guys can see there that the flame is flickering. The mushrooming is not as big as the previous candle that I showed you, but it's still mushrooming at 2 hours. So I think that mushroom is gonna grow bigger at 3 hours and 4 hours burn. The flame height is actually not that bad. It's not too high. It's still okay, and the flame height in my previous candle as well is okay as well. I'm pretty happy with the flame height. It's just the flickering that's just way too much, and the obviously carbon buildup or mushrooming on the wick that's concerning. I definitely think it's burning slower than the other one because obviously the wick is smaller, but I still think that the wick is too big. I think I need to wick down from TCR 3318. Alright guys, we are at hour number 3. I can't believe that I've been filming for like 3 hours straight. I mean, not straight, but you know, coming back to you guys every hour. I'm actually so happy with the way the video is flowing and moving. It's so good. Let me just rate the hot throw as soon as I walked into the bedroom. So it's definitely a strong 8 right now. Definitely smell the fragrance. I smell the jasmine. It's not as woody. I can't smell the cedarwood as much as the jasmine, but it's a beautiful fragrance. It really does fill up the room after like 2 hours of burning. Anyway, let me show you guys now the candle. Here's my candle, and as you can see, the mushrooming has definitely got bigger than the last clip that I showed you at the 2 hour burn. The wax is not completely melted through, but I can definitely see a melt pour. The melt pour for 3 hour burn, I think that is way too deep. I would love my melt pour to be at 4 hours about a ½ an inch deep. This is way too deep, guys, for 3 hours, and it's gonna be deeper at 4. So yeah, I definitely have a bit of wax left over here at the side, but that will burn through as the candle gets hotter, or as it burns through the candle. There's the flame flickering. Thankfully, I actually don't have any soot coming out of the flame, so that's good. My candle on the side is pretty clean, so I'm pretty happy with it. I definitely need to wick down from TCR 3320 and TCR 3318 for my 30 centiliter candle container. Alright, so this is the 3 hour burn for my second candle that's in my parents' bedroom, and this is the TCR 3318, and the hot throw of this one is actually still at a 7. It's not as strong as the scent that's in my bedroom, and this I poured at 55 degrees. The one that's inside my bedroom I poured at 45 degrees, so that's pretty interesting. The hot throw has not changed in this bedroom. It's still just as strong as the second hour burn. It's definitely still a 7. So let me just go ahead and show you the candle. So the wax has almost completely melted through. Actually, I like how this candle is taking its time to melt through that candle, to melt through that wax over there. It means that actually now that we're at 3 hours, I'm pretty happy with the way it's melting on the top. However, the mushrooming is not making me very happy. I wouldn't want to send that to a customer at like a 3 hour burn. There's like a huge mushroom on the top. I definitely need to wick down from 3318 to the next wick that is down. Alright guys, I am back. This is literally the last hour of today's video, and I'm so grateful that this video turned out just the way I wanted it to be, and I hope you guys enjoyed it so far as well. The hot throw at the 4 hour burn for Supplies for Candles, fragrance oil, cedarwood and jasmine is still consistently at an 8, and this is the candle that's in my bedroom, obviously. Let me first show you the candles. There we go. So here is the candle. The flame is still flickering, and the melt pour is deep, just like I expected it to be. Mushrooming is quite big. Right now, let me move on to the next candle. Alright, so this is the second candle. The flame is flickering, and we have a bit of a melt pour, and it's quite deep as well actually, and it's still mushrooming obviously, so that's definitely not a wick that I would want to use for this candle either. And the hot throw of the candle is actually still at a 7. Okay, so it's been 24 hours and the candle has completely cooled down, so it'd be the perfect time to do a second round of burn testing, but of course you have to cut the wick wick first, and I just want to get back to you guys on the top. So honestly, around here it looks perfect, but it's just around the wick that's a little bit rough. So yeah, that's the candle that's in my bedroom, by the way. So I just thought I'd check in back with you and show you the result post burn of my candle. This is the second candle that was in my parents' bedroom. It has more rough tops than the one that's in my bedroom. This one I poured at 55 degrees. The one that's in my bedroom I poured at 45 degrees. So yeah, you can see that top is pretty rough, so it doesn't have a smooth post burn like how the characteristic of the S16 wax mentions. If you're wondering where the mushrooming went, it's literally right there. When I switched off the candle yesterday, it kind of fell off from the top to the melt pool, so that's why you can see the mushrooming right there instead of on the wick. Alright guys, I am going to close out today's video right here. I want to say thank you so much for your patience and your understanding and the support that I got in my previous video when I didn't post last Sunday. Right now guys, I just want to remind you that I no longer post on Sundays. Now it's Wednesdays evening at 6 p.m. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please make sure that you click on that subscribe button down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment down below on what videos you'd like to see from me in the future. And please don't forget to turn your post notifications on so you guys can get notified every time I post. And guys, don't forget to ask me any question in the comment section down below. Your opinions on my candle burning, on the melt pool, on the flame height, on whatever it is. Please make sure that you pop all your comments and your questions in the comment section down below, and I'm always more than happy to help as always. With that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.